That was a clip from right-wing provocateur Cam Higby's stream, specifically the part where he was escorted off of the campus of Tennessee State University, which is a historically black college. And if you're unfamiliar with him, he's basically what you get when you order Charlie Kirk from Wish.com. And he got kicked off college, one, because he didn't have a permit to be there, and two, because they didn't want him there because he tried to pass overt racism off as debate, then had the audacity to cry victim after the students clowned on him. And I need to be clear when I say that he cried victim, because he cried victim. He retweeted someone who compared him to one of the Little Rock Nine who were being heckled by white students while they were being escorted to Little Rock High School in Arkansas back in 1958 after it had been desegregated. That's him, according to him. And in case you missed it, in the description of his stream, he described the response as a, quote, race riot, which it definitely was not. And if that wasn't melodramatic enough, his organization tweeted out a video which purports to show violence being committed against them on campus. But as you can see, by violence, they mean students flipping them off and heckling them and even politely waving goodbye in some instances. And I've got to say, I'm so sorry that they were subjected to such gruesome violence. I too was flipped off once and it landed me in the hospital for 2 weeks. So I understand firsthand how traumatizing that can be. But I've got to say, I can't help but feel like this is exactly how they hoped it would turn out. Not to victim blame, of course, because they are indeed victims, but when you show up to an HBCU and spew vile racist bullshit and deny the existence of racism, it's kind of hard to imagine anyone wanting to respectfully engage with you in the first place because you're antagonizing them. I mean, look at the topics that they were debating. Diversity, equity, and inclusion should be illegal, and deport all illegals now. Gee, I just can't figure out why nobody wanted to engage in a good faith conversation with these two dipshits. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, just imagine for a moment if the shoe were on the other foot and I showed up to their church, for example, and I brought a sign saying God isn't real, or Jesus Christ was a fraud, or Satan was the good guy in the Bible since he killed less people. I wouldn't necessarily expect anyone to engage with me because I think that they would know my goal wasn't to engage. The goal was to get a reaction out of them given the inflammatory signs that I brought with me. Like, that's just not going to facilitate meaningful discourse. And they know that, but the goal wasn't to engage in respectful discourse because they don't respect the students that they wanted to talk to. The students are nothing more than content to them. They're there to help them produce slop for their YouTube channels. Here's some examples of the debates that they posted to their YouTube channel. Woman plays the race card on Cam Higby, instantly regrets it. Woman knows transgenderism is fake, but wants me to lie anyway. Liberal starts crashing out after I said this about immigrants. I'm guessing it's something racist. Anti-Israel student tries to label Israel, quote, apartheid, then finds out she's wrong. Actually, she's objectively correct. Black liberal triggered hard by MAGA hat. Tensions rise. Oh, but gee golly, we're just showing up to have a good faith debate with them. Tee-hee. Spare us the fucking bullshit, okay? You're not showing up to engage respectfully. You're limiting the scope of debate to 2 topics that you memorized a bunch of talking points for. And when students do try to debate you, regardless if they win or not, they're going to be framed as triggered SJWs to your YouTube audience. Or if they don't debate you and make fun of you instead, as was the case at TSU, then you might go even more viral for crying about how violent they were to you. It's a win-win either way. You get content and you get to monetize it. Like, you get to monetize whatever happens, and the students get their faces plastered all over the internet and demonized for daring to stand up to you. And it's especially gross that this crybaby would cry victim when HBCUs across the country have been inundated with threats and harassment in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's murder, and TSU specifically received a bomb threat. So students are already on edge and have to worry about threats when they're just trying to get an education, but when they do bind together and heckle and shame you and give you a taste of your own medicine, what do? You cry victim. And remind me again, are right-wingers the strong alpha male types, or are they the biggest snowflake pussies on the planet? Because I can't keep track. But up until this point, you've only seen just like a small fraction of footage from the event. Here's the only debate that they were able to do, followed by the response that they received. And this is basically why they're saying violence broke out. Here's the bulk of the content that they themselves uploaded. And I've got to say, pay close attention to their melodramatic reactions because these fellas truly deserve Oscars.
So you feel like everybody is equal?
Yeah.
And
do you think that there's any law that allows me to do something that you can't do, for example?
I don't think there's any laws that say that you can do something that I can't. But then again, this system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist, because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong with the system that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized?
I mean, I would argue the opposite.
Hey, you can't don't do that.
Come on. Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy! You better not!
Okay. Bring the sign back.
Like a little end live pre-game or post-game situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We've got 500 right here watching.
Look. Whoa. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hey, you're pretty close. Now.
Well, I think the fearless tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
HBCU.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
Arrest.
They're intentionally blocking us.
They're blocking us. Here comes the cop. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. We've got more stuff. They're hitting the car.
I thought they wanted us to leave.
They're hitting the car. We're trying to leave, and they're telling us to leave, and they don't want us to leave, I guess. Hey! They are still hitting the car.
That's okay. Bring it in front.
How is this a university?
Look, they're intentionally blocking us. They want us to leave, but they don't want us to leave.
It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car. This is wild. It's like a zombie apocalypse or something, man. Like they're... Oh, still hitting the car. Whoa! That was loud. They do not debate with their ideas, guys. They just... whoa. Yeah, we're gone now. We are gone now.
They don't want to debate their ideas, as if denying racism is some sort of rigorous intellectual exercise. Shut the fuck up. Like, maybe if you tried to debate them on healthcare policy or the economy or tax rates, they would have engaged. But you went to a historically black college and denied racism. I don't know why they think anybody is going to take them seriously. And I love how when the woman put the sign up to the car, somebody started saying, arrest, 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 as if she had just assaulted them. She put her sign on your car so you can read it. I mean, the bitch assness is just palpable here, and they honestly are so embarrassing for posting this. It shows that they have no self-awareness. But if they really wanted a debate, if they actually wanted to engage in ideas, they actually did get one, because a student filmed another student that was debating ideas, the specific ideas that they wanted to debate. And these are the kinds of clips that you're never going to see them post online, because it shows them getting owned.
You called the East primitive, for what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your... You guys didn't make shit. You guys touch children.
It will never not be funny to me to see debate bros get out debate broed. Although, to be fair to them, they were already packing up their equipment and leaving. But to be unfair to them, even if that guy showed up to debate them when they were still trying to do this debate, they would have never posted that clip of him destroying them online, because it's an asymmetric debate. This isn't neutral. You either become the woke college liberal who gets owned, or you don't make the final cut. There's no videos of them on their YouTube channel saying, oh, woke liberal convinces us that we were wrong about X, Y, and Z. That is never the case. You were only there to be owned, and if you own them, nobody's going to see it. They get to control the prevailing narrative, and that's why they love doing these things. And that narrative control isn't just true on their YouTube videos, because a local ABC affiliate interviewed them after this event, and the affiliate didn't talk to a single student about this, which gave them another opportunity to present themselves as victims and control the narrative.
I sat down with two members of the group on why they chose to come to an HBCU.
We kind of just drive places and then we end up in a city. We pick a city and then we just go to that city and then we kind of figure out what universities are there. We didn't know that TSU was an HBCU until the night before. He didn't know until they told him on campus.
The university has released a statement about the event saying university policy requires any demonstration or protest activity requires advance approval and permitting. The group told me they reached out to TSU for approval but could not reach them. They believe even if they had approval, they still would have been met with anger.
I don't know what would have been different about the situation. We probably would have been posted up in the exact same spot, the exact same people would have been on campus, and they would have had the exact same mindset.
The group plans to continue their tour of speaking at colleges and universities, but they still don't plan to announce where they will speak next due to safety concerns.
That ABC affiliate is owned by Nexstar, by the way, so surprise, surprise. Now, it would have been nice to at least hear from one student, since the students are now being smeared online in right-wing circles as violent because of these dipshits. But just so we're clear, they were not violent. Had they gotten violent or physical, that would have been unacceptable, but that is not the case. Regardless, they're trying to frame them as violent and claim that they were rioting, because of course. But they have a right to make fun of, heckle, and protest people that show up to their campuses to dehumanize them and make them feel uncomfortable. This is what happens at all college campuses whenever conservative saboteurs show up to make fun of the students and make them feel uncomfortable and intimidate them. This is what I did when I was in college as well, which was always targeted by evangelicals because it was a very diverse, queer-affirming campus. But whenever somebody would show up to talk shit, they would get clowned on themselves. As a matter of fact, here's a selfie that I took with this guy who showed up to our campus on the day that Oregon overturned its gay marriage ban with a sign that said homosexuality is sin. And as you can see, like, I'm not really taking it seriously. Nobody was really there at the time that I took the picture, but within a couple of hours, there was an entire group of people around him heckling him and making fun of him because a drag queen had come out and performed in front of him and he got so uncomfortable that he ended up leaving. This is what happens all the time at universities. They target universities and then they get the same response every single time. This is no different here. Like, you're not entitled to people's time, and if they choose to give you the attention that you're desperate for, it might not be the attention that you want. Like, they might be mean to you. Nonetheless, the internet and local news is just letting these melodramatic provocateur drama queens, I almost called them drag queens, drama queens, get away with pretending as if they were somehow victimized by these students when they were not. That's obvious. The students were just giving them a taste of their own medicine. They were returning the disrespect that was brought to their campus. And since most of Twitter has only seen Cam Higby's perspective, I do want to take some time to share the other side's perspective, which responded in the replies to the videos that were posted by him that are now going viral. Quote, "You didn't come to speak, you came to create this video. A white man shot Charlie Kirk on a predominantly white campus in one of the white states in America, and as a result, racist white conservatives decide to antagonize black students at an HBCU over a policy that benefits majority white women, DEI. Imagine lying about them using violence when they never touched either of y'all and only told you to rightfully get the fuck off their campuses. Bunch of grown-ass pussies. Unpopular opinion, you aren't owed a debate. Guys, we're just here to have a civil discussion. DEI is a racist dog whistle. You exercised your right to free speech to be deliberately provocative. The students exercised their right to free speech by objecting to your presence. Don't debate people about your humanity or the humanity of others, plain and simple. Ignore them 100% of the time. I think you should reword the topics better and a different approach. You gotta leave room for persuasion. Coming on an HBCU campus with these signs isn't indicative of people who are trying to civilly debate. These are people who went out of their way to deliberately antagonize black students, so cut the bullshit." So as you can see, they sniffed their shit out from a mile away. But increasingly, racists and white supremacist provocateurs are targeting black communities, marginalized groups, because they feel emboldened thanks to Donald Trump's presidency. Before on the show, we talked about how neo-Nazis showed up to a predominantly black town to intimidate residents, but the community came together and they drove them out. But these things are continuing to happen even when they don't go viral. Like, they're isolated, but they do happen. For example, a Trump supporter crashed a book signing event for a black author and made a scene for seemingly no reason, aside from racism.
I don't need to do anything. Stop telling me this is not Nazi Germany. I don't need to do anything. Stop telling me what to do. Call the cops on me. Go ahead, you do that. You go ahead and do that. You go ahead, you go there. You go there. Call the cops, bitch. Call the cops on me, bitch. Fucking go ahead, fucking bitch. Go ahead. Right here. Can we take a picture of it? Right here. Fuck you, bitch.
I don't know if he's on social media, but I take it he'd be complaining about nobody wanting to debate him if he was. And this is nothing new. Back in 2022 and 2023, right-wing militias and Proud Boys were showing up to drag shows, and neo-Nazis were showing up to pride events. But again, the same tactics drove them out. I did another video about how the community showed up to drive out these ghouls because they didn't want them there to intimidate them at Pride. And I'm going to link to that video and the other video down below so that way you can understand that this is the way to respond. Like, don't back down, don't be intimidated, but don't get physical. By now, we've seen this enough to know how to deal with this sort of thing. You simply just have to come together as a community and forcefully but peacefully drive away these fascists. That includes heckling them, counter-protesting, and a little bit of trolling from time to time. And those students, I think, handled the situation perfectly because they weren't there to debate. They were there to get a reaction out of them, and the students knew this. And even though none of the students got physical, it didn't stop them from trying to claim that they were violent, even though their own videos debunked that narrative. So, regardless of what you do or don't do, they're going to say that you are absolutely violent regardless, and you're uncivilized and yada, yada, yada. But the way that you respond is the most important. And the result is that now these idiots look unserious to most people. Sure, their MAGA buddies in their right-wing circles are buying into the false narrative that this was a riot and that the students were violent, but nobody else does. So if they're trying to persuade people, they're losing that battle. So, I would say that's a win for the students and a loss for them in the end.
Up yours, up yours, up yours. Sons of bitches, bitches, bitches. Woke moralist, woke moralist, woke moralist.
I dreamed I saw my maternal grandmother. She was stroking herself absent-mindedly. I let her have her way. Her genital region was exposed. I let her have her way.